Very good morning to one and all. Dr. Pranay Dute, and today we are going to see about the concept of the disaster and different concept about the disaster. What is the risk management and the terms which is we mostly associated with the disaster. So, in this lecture, we will going to see about different terminology which is associated with the disaster. So, first, what is the disaster? Disaster means the catastrophe, mishap, calamity, that grave occurrences affecting any area from the natural man-made cause. So disaster is a nothing but a actual happening of the any event that is called as a disaster. Whereas hazard is a possibility or a probability, what we can say the possibility or probability of the any event that may be occurred in some of the area. So that is the basic difference between disaster and the uh, hazard. So, what is the ingredient of disaster? What is the ingredient of disaster? A phenomena or event which constitute a trauma for a population environment, uh, a vulnerable point area that will bear the brunt of the event, the failure of local surrounding the resource of a crop with the problem created by the phenomena. There is a two type of disasters: natural and man-made. Natural and man-made. So this is a terminology which is associated with the disaster. The potential for the disaster risk is the potential disaster losses in life, health status, livelihood, asset and services which could occur to particular community or a society over some specific future time period. So disaster risk is the potential of disaster losses. So what is the disaster risk? Disaster risk is nothing but the a risk of the losses. A risk of the losses means if there is a disaster, if there is a disaster may occur, what is the risk? What kind of risk is associated with that disaster? Okay, so this is a disaster uh, risk. Then disaster risk management, the systematic process of using the administrative directive, organization and operational skills and capacities to strategize prices and improve the pouring capabilities in order to lessen the adverse impact of hazard and the possibility of disaster. What is the disaster risk reduction? What is the disaster risk reduction? The concept of the practice of the reducing the your risk will be under the disaster risk uh, reduction policies. So we use the different policies. We use the different policies to cope up with this problem. Risk is the combination of probability, of an event and its negative consequence. The terminology is the risk terminology is associated with the combination of probability of an event and its negative consequence. So that is known as your risk. Then what is the risk assessment? Risk assessment is a methodology to determine the nature, extent of the risk analysis potential hazard. So assessment of risk means if there is an event occurred, if there is a that disaster will occur happening, what kind of risk is going to produce by that particular hazard. So that comes under the risk assessment. Then risk management, the systematic approach and practices of managing the uncertainty to maintain the potential harm and less. Then you have a risk transfer, the process of formally, informally shifting the shifting the frequency consequence of a particular risk from one part to another is known as your risk transfer. Then you have adaptation. So the adjustment in natural or human system, in response to actual expected climatic stimuli or their effect, which moderate harm or exploit beneficial opportunities. So that is known as the adjustment. Adaptation means the adjustment. Adaptation means how we adapt that situation and going to behave according to the event, that is a disaster, whatever they are. Capacity is nothing but a combination of the strength, attribute, and resource available with the occurring society organization one used agree use. Capacity is nothing but the what we can say the um, capacity is a developing the process with the people, organization, society. So we are going to improve our capacity. We are going to improve our capacity to cope up with this disaster and event, because this disaster and this whatever the disaster we are nowadays facing, they are not a unique one that maybe occurred once in a lifetime or once in 100 times. Or they are the one who repeatedly get occurred. They are the one who get repeatedly occurred. So that's how you can cope up. That's how you can cope up with this climatic changes. That's how you cope up with this climatic changes. So, climatic change, a change in a state of climate that can be identified by using statistical test, by change in the mean and variability of the properties and the persistent. So, climatic change, you know that what is the climatic change? Climatic change is a long-term average weather condition that is known as climate, and the change in this state of the that weather condition of long time is known as the climate change. Then you have contingency planning. A management process that analyzes a specific potential event, or emerging situation that might threaten the society or environment and establishment arrangement. So this is a planning, contingency planning, that is means a management process. This is a part of a management process. Now we have a term which is mostly associated with the disaster is a hazard. So hazard, what is the hazard? Hazard is a dangerous phenomena, substance, human activity or condition that may cause a loss of life, injury or other health impact, the property damage, loss of livelihood and services, the social and economic disruption and environmental damage, that is known as the hazard. So hazard is nothing but a probability. Hazard is nothing but a probability of having some disaster there. Then we have the mitigation. So what is the mitigation? The lessening or limitation of the adverse impact of the hazard and related disaster, that is known as the mitigation. Preparedness, the knowledge and capacities developed by the government, professionals, response and recovery organization, communicate and individual to effectively anticipate, respond to and recover from the impact of likely, imminent or current hazard event or condition. So that is known as the preparedness. Then prevention, the outright avoidance of adverse impact of hazard and related disaster, that is known as the prevention. Recovery is nothing but a restoration. A restoration and improvement where appropriate facilities and livelihood and living condition of disaster affected community include effort to reduce the disaster risk factor, that is known as the recovery. Resilience, the ability of system, community, or a society exposed to hazard to resist, absorb, and accommodate to and recover from the effect of the hazard in a timely and efficient manner, including through the preservation and restoration of its essential basic structure and function, that is known as the resilience. Then you have a response. Then you have a response. The provision of emergency services, the provision of emergency services and public assistance during the immediate after disaster in order to save lives, reduce the health impact, ensure the public safety and meet the basic substances needs to be people affected. That is known as your response. So this is a different kind of theory we are used generally. This is a different kind of theory we will use generally. Then you have a structural measure. Then you have a structural measure. Any physical, any physical, what we can, any physical construction to reduce or avoid possible impact. Any physical construction to reduce or avoid the possible impact of hazard or application of engineering technique to achieve hazard resistance and resilience in a structure or system, that is known as structural measure what we have. Non-structural measure are any measure not involving the physical construction that uses knowledge, practice or agreement to reduce the risk and impact, in particular through the policies and laws, public awareness, raising the training the education. So you have a sustainable development. You have a sustainable development of the development. Sustainable development means a development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. Then you have a vulnerability, the characteristics and circumstances of a community system or asset that make it susceptible to the damaging effect to the hazard. That is known as the vulnerability. So this is a picture which showing the mitigation, prevention, and preparedness. So mitigation, you have if there is any disaster, how you can mitigate. Prevention, you can easily see this one that as a prevention you can have cut down this as your what we can say if any rock is falling from the this phenomena is known as the landslide and all, you already studied this one. Okay, so if this is a condition, this is a rock which will which is a study or which is a take away from the hill. So what you can do, you can save yourself from this event, so that is known as the mitigation. You can stop this or you can manage this rock by the having some what we can say the attachment to this one, so that this one cannot be roll out on a ground. Or preparedness, so preparedness is nothing but the you can have a multiple you can have a multiple uh, strategies for this one. You can have a multiple strategies for this one. So 57% of the land is vulnerable to the earthquake. So we are talking about more about the Indian part. We are talking about more about the Indian part. So 57% of the Indian part is vulnerable to the earthquake. Okay, so means more than 50%, more than half of the part of the earth is vulnerable to the earthquake. Of this, 12% is vulnerable to the severe earthquake. 12% is 12% is vulnerable to the severe earthquake. 68% of the land is vulnerable to the drought. So you can see the earthquake and the drought is a two major disaster which we have. Then 12% of the land is vulnerable to the flood. 12% of the land is vulnerable to the flood. 8% of the land is vulnerable to the cyclones. 8% of the land is vulnerable to the cyclone. Apart from this natural disaster, some cities in India are also vulnerable to the chemical and industrial disaster and man-made disaster. So if you take a risk of the India to for different disaster, the most vulnerable is the earthquake. Most vulnerable phenomena is the earthquake, which having a 57% of the land is covered by this vulnerable event. 12% is a vulnerable to the severe earthquake. 12% is a vulnerable to the severe earthquake. 68% of the land is vulnerable to the drought. 68% land is vulnerable to the drought. 12% land is vulnerable to the flood. 12% land is vulnerable to the flood. 8% land is vulnerable to the cyclones. 8% land is vulnerable to the cyclone. Apart from the natural disaster, apart from the natural disaster, some cities in India are also vulnerable to the chemical and industrial disaster, that is a man-made disaster. So apart from the natural disaster, some cities in India are also vulnerable to the chemical and industrial disaster and man-made disaster. So you have a different kind of disaster, that is a earthquake, drought, flood, cyclone. But apart from this, if there is any industrial area, so they are also prone to have a chemical disaster, like to have a Bhopal gas this disaster in the 1980s or 1984, 83, something like that. In some of the year back, I think 3 to 4 year back, you have in Visakhapatnam also the ammonium. I think the I don't exactly know the remind what exactly the chemical these are to be spread out, but I think that is a benzene or something like that. So that chemical will be take a life of many people. The is the because of they are from the industry, they are going out by the some of the leakage or something like that. So this is a wind and cyclone hazard map of the India. This is a seismic activity in India. So you can see the seismic activity map of India. You have a lots of small and so that's why you can say the 57-58% of the earth is covered by this cyclone, this seismic activity. Okay. So seismic activity is a more kind of we can say the 58% of the earth is experiencing this one. But where it is highest one, you can see this one at a border, at a boundary, that India and Himalayan plate boundary. Indian and Himalayan plate boundary. So they are where there this is the highest highest activity at their points. So this is the earthquake zone. So zonation of earthquake, you can have a highest risk of earthquake at North India or Himalayan region, high risk and very high risk at this region. Then you have moderate risk, that is in zone 3. You have moderate risk at zone 3, low risk at zone 2. This is the earthquake zone. This is the earthquake zone of India, indicating 60 cities with population exceeding that half of the million. More than 5 lakhs population cities are given here in this map. And what is the risk of that cities? So in North India, you can have seen that the region is mostly in a very high risk zone to high risk zone. There is a good amount of so it's not like that you don't have any risk of the earthquake. In all over the India, you have a risk of the earthquake always. In all over the India, you have a risk of the earthquake always. So what is the general effect of the disaster? So in disaster, you lost the life, there is a injury, damages and destruction of properties, damage and destruction of production, disruption of lifestyle, loss of livelihood, disruption and essential services, damage to national infrastructure, disruption to the government system, national economic loss, sociological and psychological after the effect. So different kind of disaster is having a different kind of losses or different kind of this. What is the disaster management? What is the disaster management? Earlier we mainly focus on the post-disaster relief and rehabilitation measure. Now we are focus is system shifted as per Disaster Management Act. Disaster management means a coordination of integrated processes of planning, organizing, and coordinating the implementing the measure which is necessary or expended for it. Okay, so the prevention of danger or threat or any disaster, the mitigation or reduction of risk of any disaster, capacity building, preparedness to deal with any disaster, prompt response to any threatening disaster, assessing the severity and magnitude of effect of a disaster, evacuation, rescue and relief. So different kind of disaster is having a different measure which we have to take on place. Then you have a disaster management and applied sciences. A disaster management is an applied sciences which seeks by the systematic observation and analysis of disaster to improve the measure relating to prevention, mitigation, and preparedness, emergency response and recovery. So this is known as the disaster management. So disaster management cycle is mainly you can see this one disaster which get response disaster after the disaster what is the response of the your so you can see here whatever the before so whatever the things which is before you can see that is a disaster responses rehabilitation then reconstruction, development, prevention, mitigation, and preparedness, and the disaster. So once the disaster is over, you cannot sit down and wait for the next one. As simple as the thing that for a disaster, it's not happening that you can sit down, you can sit and wait for the next disaster to happen. You should prepare yourself in case of the response, rehabilitation, and development of the different kind of disasters. So, response measures are usually those which are taken immediately prior to following disaster impact. Implementation of the plans, activation of the counter disaster system, search and rescue, provision of emergency food, shelter, and medical assistance, etc. Survey and assessment, excavation measure. So this is a different response. What kind of response you can give? Then recovery. Recovery is the process by which you communicate and the nation are assisted in returning to their proper level of functioning following a disaster. Three main categories of activity are normally regarded as the coming within a recovery segment: restoration, reconstruction, and rehabilitation. That is the different kind of recoveries you can have. Then you have what is the prevention? What is the prevention of this behind this one? So action within the segment is designed to impede the sequence of disaster event and prevent such as occurrences of community of key installer. Then you have mitigation. Mitigation is the action which is the segment usually takes the form of specific program intended to reduce the effect of disaster on the community. For instance, some countries regard the development and application adaptation of buildings code being a category of mitigation. Then you have preparedness. Preparedness is usually regarded as a comprising measure which is enable government organization communicate an individual to respond rapidly and effectively to disaster situation. Example of preparedness measure are the formulation and maintenance of valid, up-to-date counter disaster plan, special provision for emergency action, provision of warming system, emergency communicate, public education and awareness. So this is the preparedness, how you can prepare yourself for a different disaster. So this is the different principle of different disaster management. This is a different principle of disaster management. So what is the risk and hazard assessment? How you can assess the hazard? How you can assess the hazard? Disaster risk will be combination of likelihood of the event and vulnerability placed to that event. The hazard assessment aims to deliver the accurate disaster information about the individual location. So the vulnerability to a particular hazard will include critical prospect, service, record and operation, critical product, service, record and operation, and hazardous material. Then the potential effect of damage on stakeholders, likely financial cost, resource, personal and the time available to make a preparation, level of insurance cover. The combination of hazard and vulnerability assessment will result in forming a total risk assessment. So when you are going to map the any area for hazard assessment you can have the vulnerability assessment and hazard assessment, means hazard mapping of any area, so that you can make a map for this one. Then you have a principle of disaster management. To have a clear and logical approach to dealing with the disaster. To provide a common reference for all the departments. To form a basis for coordinated action. To give the focus of disaster relief. So this is a different kind of disaster management principle. Which agency are working in for this safety and all this one. So many government organization is already working hard in this case. So which one is on national or as well as on state level also and international also. So non-government organization is also working in this cause for this cause. Then you have community group, both social and religious. Then you have a international volunteer organization. So this is a different agencies which we have. Then you have principle of disaster management. So what is the need of specialists? Need of specialist is for the search and rescue. Need for of the specialist is for the search and rescue, survey and damage assessment, first aid and triage, mobile medical and health team, evacuation, animal husbandry and veterinary. So this is a different principle of the disaster management. So, what kind of training you need for the this disaster management and this all the risk profession or whenever there is any disaster, what kind of training set or skill set you require? First, you have to identify the training needs, scope of the training program, training policy, implementation of training, design of a training should be compatible to support the tasks required to be performed after the disaster at sea level. Then you have a team training, combined organizational training. So this is a different kind of disaster management. And what is the area of concern? Activating a early warning system network and its close monitoring. Mechanism of integrating a scientific, technological, and administrative agency for effective disaster management. Vulnerability and critical infrastructure to a disaster event. So vulnerability of what? The power supply will be cut for the area, region, or state. Okay. This kind of vulnerability has always been there. So you need to focus on this one. Then funding. So primary of a relief as a disaster response. Pri- Primary of a relief as a disaster response. That is the funding is required for this one. Preparedness and mitigation very often ignored. Lack of integrated effort to collect the compiled data, information and local knowledge, information and local knowledge on disaster history and the traditional response plan pattern. So need for the standardized effort in control, compounding and interpreting geospatial data, satellite imagery and early warning signals. Weak areas continue to forecasting. Weak areas continue to be forecasting, modeling, risk prediction, and uh, simulation of scenario analysis. Then, which one is the nodal agency which working in this aspect where we have to contact for any help or anything? Flood is managed by the Ministry of the Water Resources. The Ministry of Water Resources. Then cyclone is cyclone activity warning and all this one. The scientific study is mostly uh, used by the Indian Meteorological Department. Then you have flood. Then you have flood. So flood is by the ministry, cyclone is by IMD, earthquake is also by IMD. Then epidemic, like we have in a corona time, it is comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Okay, so that is the epidemic. Avian flu, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Environment. Chemical disaster, Ministry of Environment and Forest. Industrial disaster, Ministry of Labor. Air accident, Ministry of Civil Aviation. Fire, Ministry of Home Affairs. Nuclear incidents, Department of Petroleum. So different agencies are continuously working as a nodal agency in different. Direction for disaster management. Direction for the disaster management. The National Disaster Management Authority has been set up. National Disaster Management Authority has been set up as the apex body for the disaster with the Prime Minister and its chairman. The disaster management authorities will be set up. Disaster management authorities will be set up at the state and district level to be acted by the Chief Minister and Collector Jilla Parishad, headed by the Chief Minister and the Collector of Jilla Parishad and Chairman of respectively. So we will quickly see the Disaster Management Act. and now then we will wind up this one. So Disaster Management Act is made up in 2005. So which is the institutional mechanism? Which one is the institutional mechanism? You have NDMA, SDMA, DDMA, and NFC, SEC, NDRF. So this is all are the forces which is act to reduce the or once a disaster is occurred, this will be act as a savior. Then you have a financial arrangement. So you have national disaster response, capacity building grant, and other. Then you have other institutional. Then you have other institutional. You have a disaster management policy, plans, and guidelines. You have a disaster policy management policy, plan, and guidelines. So you have a national policy on disaster management 2009. So what is this in the policy will be the discuss. So national policy on disaster management 2009, drought material, drought minerals. So other institution is also coming to the help like civil defense, fire system, and home guards. This all will be available once there is a casualty or this one. This is a different kind of checklist which you are going to see this one. So first you should know about vulnerability assessment, how you can build the vulnerability assessment. Then you can know about the dissemination of warming. Then you can have then you can have maintenance of essential services, stocking of essential commodities, medicine, drinking water, shelter. So you have this kind of shortlisted checklist before the disaster management. So this is what we have from the disaster terminology, which is related to the disaster management, or terminology which is related to the disaster management, and this terminology which we often use is also helpful for the in the area, right? In the area where you can have a risk of the this vulnerability, risk of the vulnerability. So this is what you can have. A disaster risk. Okay, so you can have a disaster risk and what you can prepare, how you can prepare for the this disaster risk management. So once you have a disaster, you can have a cycle of the disaster. Okay, like you have first reactor, maybe the second one is coming into the so in this especially in this pandemic epidemic, the disaster act is get acted or they are allow not started to apply this Disaster Management Act 2003 to all over India. During that time, you cannot have any rights. The things you can only take essentials to and this all. So this is what we are study about all India, all the classes and all the effects of the. Okay. So hope you understand this concept of disaster. What is the disaster and how it can be minimized and what is preparation, what is the terminology, different terminology which is affected, associated with this disaster. So that's all from my side. Have any question you can ask? So I think if you don't have any question, now I'm going to close this session.